Sup, fuckers? It's me. I'm back with some more Divine Comedy. Okay? I've been pretty busy lately, so that's why, after my influx of uploads, there have been like zero. I've just been busy with work and going on dates with mans. Well, we're not like a thing yet. We're taking it slow, which is good for my mental illness because I tend to like jump into fast. So that's the update on that. I was being overreactive as per fucking usual. So with that being said, it's time for us to read. Okay? So we're going to be reading Canto. I keep saying Canto. Encanto. Encanto. We're going to be reading 6 and 7. So yeah, where we left off. Well, actually, you guys know, because whatever. All right. Let's see. Okay. You already saw that picture, so let's get into it. So Canto 6. The third circle, the gluttonous. Cerberus, the eternal rain. Sacco, it's Ciacco, and Florence. Okay. Let's get into it. At the return of consciousness, that closed. Oh yeah, he fucking passed the fuck out. At the return of consciousness that closed before the pity of those two relations, which utterly with sadness had confused me, new torments I behold, and new tormented around me, whichever so way I move, and whichever so way I turn and gaze. In the third circle am I of the rain, eternal, maldite, and cold and heavy. Its law and quality are never new. Huge hail and water somber-hued, and snow athwart the tenebrous air poured down at main. Noisome noisome the earth is that receiveth this. Cerberus, monster cruel and uncouth, with his 3 gullets, like a dog is barking, over the people that were there submerged. Red eyes he has, an unctuous beard, and black and belly large, and armed with claws in his hand, and he rends the spirits, flays and quarters them. Howl the rain maketh them like unto dogs. One side they make a shelter for the other, oft turn themselves the wretched reprobates. When Cerberus perceived us, the great worm, his mouths he opened and displayed his tusks. Not a limb had he that was motionless. And my conductor, with his spans extended, took of the earth with his fists well filled. He threw it into those rapacious gullets. Such as that dog is, who by barking craves, and quiet grows soon as his food he gnaws, for to devour it he but thinks and struggles. The like became those muzzles, filth begrimed, of Cerberus the demon, who so thunders over the souls, they would be fair in death. So then he said, oh, this is pictures. I swooned away as if I had been dying and fell even as a body falls. This is like the last line of the last canto, so it's just like, what even is this? Oh my god. It's fucking Dante. Laying, just like prone. I can't. It's everything to me. Yeah, and those are the lovers that he was like, oh, that's so sad. Yeah, so that's that. We passed across the shadows, which subdues. Wait, let me make sure. Okay. We passed across the shadows, which subdues the heavy rainstorm. We placed our feet upon their vanity that person seems. They all were lying prone upon the earth, excepting one who sat upright as soon as he beheld us passing on him. Oh, thou that art conducted through this hell, he said to me, recall me if thou canst. Thyself wast made before I was unmade. And I to him, the anguish which thou hast perhaps doth draw thee out of my remembrance, so that it seems not I have ever seen thee. But tell me who thou art, that in so doleful a place art put, and in such punishment, if some are greater, none is so displeasing. And he to me, thy city which is full of envy, so that now the sack runs over, held me within it, the life serene. You citizens were wont to call me Chiaco? I want to say it's Chiaco. I want to say it's Chiaco because C-I, like, I don't know. Chiaco, for the pernicious sin of gluttony, I, as thou seest, am battered by this rain. And I, sad soul, am not the only one, for all these suffer the like penalty for the like sin. And word no more spake he. I answered him, Chiaco, thy wretchedness weighs on me, so that it to weep invites me. But tell me, if thou knowest to what shall come Okay, yeah. So then this says, and my conductor with his spans extended took the earth with his fist well filled, and he threw into those rapacious gullets. So I think that's Virgil, that's Cerberus, and that's Virgil, or maybe Dante. I don't really know. Conductor. I'm thinking it's because conductor, like in a train, moves it, like directs it, and Virgil's like leading him. So I'm thinking that that's Virgil feeding Cerberus something. Look how gross he is. Ew, look how like long at you. So then, and then that's Dante looking at these people, just like getting whipped. Sorry. All right. The citizens of the divided city, if any there be just, the occasion, tell me why so much discord has assailed it. And he to me, they, after long contention, will come to bloodshed, and the rustic party will drive the other out with much offence. Then afterwards behoves it this one fall, within 3 suns, and rise again the other, by force of him who now is on the coast. High will it hold its forehead a long while, keeping the other under heavy burdens. However it weeps thereat, and is indignant. The just are 2, and are not understood there. Envy and arrogance and avarice are the 3 sparks that of all hearts enkindled. Here ended he his tearful utterance, and I to him, I wish thee still to teach me, and make a gift to me of further speech. Farinata and Tegiahio, once so worthy, Jacopo Rusticucci, Rustic Cucci, it's an old ass Cucci, Arago and Mosca, and others who on good deeds set their thoughts, say where they are, and cause that I may know them. For great desire constraineth me to learn if heaven doth sweeten them, or hell and venom. And he, there are among the blacker souls a different sin downweighs them to the bottom. If thou so far descendest, thou canst see them. And then this is, for the pernicious sin of gluttony, I, as thou seest, am battered by this rain. So these are the sinners in gluttony, just like getting pelted by rain. And then I'm thinking that's Chiaco. Yeah. Damn, Daniel. It's an old one. Sorry, guys. But when thou art again in the sweet world, I pray thee to the mind of others bring me, no more I tell thee, and no more I answer. Then his straightforward eyes he turned askance, eyed me a little, then bowed his head. He fell therewith prone like the other blind. And the guide said to me, he wakes no more, this side the sound of the angelic trumpet, when shall approach the hostile potentate. Each one shall find again his dismal tomb, shall resume his flesh and his own figure, shall hear what through eternity re-echoes. So we passed onward over the filthy mixture of shadows and of rain, with footsteps slow, touching a little on the future life. Wherefore I said, Master, these torments here, will they increase after the mighty sentence, or lesser be, or will they be as burning? And he to me, return unto thy science, which wills. That as the thing more perfect is, the more it feels of pleasure and of pain, albeit that this pain maldite, to true perfection never can attain, hereafter more than now they look to be. Round in a circle by that road we went, speaking much more, which I do not repeat. We came unto the point where the descent is, where we found Plutus, the great enemy. Get into that one. So I don't really know what Virgil said in response to Dante's question about if they get worse. I think they're just the same. That's what I assume. I may be totally wrong. Anyways, Canto 7. The 4th circle, the avaricious and the prodigal. Plutus, fortune and her wheel. The 5th circle, the irascible and the sullen. Styx. Pape Satan, Alepe. Thus Plutus with his clucking voice began, and that benignant sage, who all things knew, said to encourage me, let not thy fear harm thee, for any power that he may have shall not prevent thy going down this crack. Then he turned round into that bloated lip, and said, be silent, thou accursed wolf, consumed within thyself with thine own rage. Not causeless is this journey to the abyss, thus it is willed on high, where Michael wrought vengeance upon the proud adultery. Even as the sails inflated by the wind involved together fall when snaps the mast, so fell the cruel monster to the earth. Thus we descended into the 4th chasm, gaining still farther on the dolesome shore, which all the woe of the universe ensacks. Justice of God, who weeps up so many new toils and sufferings as I beheld, and why doth thy Why doth our transgressions waste us so? So, this is, be silent, thou accursed wolf, consume thyself with thine own rage. So, I'm pretty sure this is, Plutus just eating himself, and they're just like, what the fuck? Kind of weird. He's just... As doth the billow there upon Charbis, that breaks itself on which it encounters, so here the folk must dance their roundlay. Here I saw people, more than elsewhere many, on one side and the other, with great howls, rolling weights forward by main force of chest. They clashed together, and then at that point each one turned backwards, rolling retrograde, crying, Why keepest? And why squanderedest thou? Thus they returned along the lurid circle, on either hand unto the opposite point, shouting their shameful metre evermore. Then each, when he arrived there, wheeled about through his half-circle to another joust, and I, who had my heart pierced as it were, exclaimed, My master, now declare me to what people these are, and if all were clerks, these shaven crowns upon the left of us. And he to me, all of them were a squint in intellect in their first life, so much so, therewith measure they no spending made. Clearly enough their voices bark it forth, whenever they reach the 2 points of the circle where sunders them the opposite defect. So, is it greed? I think this is greed. Clerks those were no hairy covering have on their head, and popes and cardinals in whom doth avarice practice its excess. Let me look up. I think avarice means greed. Let's make sure that that's correct. Avarice. Extreme greed. I'm so smart. And I, my master, among such these, I ought forsooth to recognize some few who were infected with these maladies. And he to me, vain thought thou entertainest, the undiscerning life which made them sordid, now makes them unto all discernment dim. Forever shall they come to these two buddings, these from the sepulchre shall rise again with the fist closed, and these with tresses shorn. Ill-giving and ill-keeping the fair world have ta'en from them, and placed them in this scuffle. Where'er it be, no words adorn I for it. Okay, what's with this writing and not using V or K? Like, what's with all this ta'en instead of taken, whatever instead of whatever? I don't even know. Now canst thou, son, behold the transient farce of goods that are committed unto fortune, for which the human race each other buffet, I don't know. For all the gold that is beneath the moon, or ever has been, of these weary souls can never make a single one repose. Master, I said to him, now tell me also, what is this fortune which thou speakest of, and that has the world's goods so within its clutches? And he to me, O creatures imbecile, what ignorance is this which thou doth beset you? Now I will have thee learn my judgment of her. He whose omniscience everything transcends, the heavens created, and gave who should guide them, that every part to every part may shine. And then this says, for all the gold that is beneath the moon or has ever been of these weary souls can never make a single one repose. So I think these people are just like pushing boulders up a hill and like clashing into each other forever. That kind of sucks. Distributing the light in equal measure, he in like manner to the mundane splendors ordained a general ministress and guide, that she may change at times the empty treasures from race to race, from one blood to another, beyond resistance of all human wisdom. Therefore one people triumphs and another languishes in pursuance of her judgment, which hidden is, as in the grass a serpent. Your knowledge has no counterstand against her. She makes provision, judges, and pursues her governess, as theirs the other gods. Her permutations have not any truce. Necessity make her precipitate. So often cometh who his turn obtains. And this is she who is so crucified, even by those who ought to give her praise, giving her blame amiss and bad repute. But she is blissful, and she hears it not. Among the other primal creatures gladsome, she turns her sphere, and blissful she rejoices. Let us descend now unto greater woe. Already sinks each star that was ascending when I set out, and loitering is forbidden. We cross the circle to the other bank, near a fount that boils and pours itself along a gully that runs out of it. The water was more somber far than per se, and we, in company with the dusky waves, made entrance downward by a path uncouth. A marsh it makes which has the name of Styx, the tristful brooklet, when it has descended down to the foot of the malign grey shores. And I, who stood intent upon beholding, saw people mud besprent in that lagoon, all of them naked with an angry look. They smote each other not alone with hands, but with the head and with the breast and feet, tearing each other piecemeal with their teeth. Said the good master, Son, thou now beholdest the souls of those whom anger overcame. And likewise I would have thee known for certain beneath the water people who are sigh and make this water bubble at the surface, as the eyes tell thee wheresoe'er it turns. Fixed in the mire, they say, we sullen were in the sweet air, which by the sun is gladdened, bearing within ourselves the sluggish reek. Now we are sullen in the sable mire. This hymn do they keep gurgling in their throats, for with unbroken words they cannot say it. Thus we went circling around the filthy fen, the great ark twixt the dry... Okay, so my iPad was like storage full, so I had to delete some stuff, sorry. Also, yes, I do record on my iPad. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I think I was, with eyes turned unto those who gorged the mire. Unto the foot of a tower we came at last. And then it says, Son, now beholdest the souls of those whom anger overcame. So that's them. These are boys. And then, like, so this is, like, really deep water. So there's people all the way down there, and, like, their screaming is just, like, bubbles on the surface of this water. Isn't that fucking disturbing? That's disturbing. And they're just all biting each other and eating each other. Ain't that just wonderful? So yeah, they came to a tower, and that's that on that. That's the end of those two cantos. Stop saying it like that. I can't. So we're getting through it. We're at page 63, and I think Inferno ends in like 200 pages. Yeah, so we still have quite a chunk left of Inferno. Then we have Purgatorio, and we still got a lot left. This book is about 600 something pages long. Let's see. Yeah, it's about 693 pages. Beautiful. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. I hope I didn't just lose my place. There we go. Alright, well, there you have it, folks. That was today's reading of The Divine Comedy. I hope you enjoyed that. I got 25 views on my retail therapy haul. That's kind of crazy. I know, like, 25 is, like, not a special number, but for a budding channel, that means that's pretty cool. I don't know if, because I tried on a top that shows my titties, and that it got posted on some sort of weird freak forum page. I don't even know. Hopefully freaks aren't watching my videos. Anyways, I have no subscribers yet, but that's okay, and that's not what I'm here for. I'm here just to post my little whatever I want to do, without thought or wish to be famous. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you whenever I make another video.